Oh, the proper salute is right above the eye here. How y'all doing? Good afternoon, folks. Hope you guys are doing great. Did not get to do our Monday motivational power talk last night. Had some deep things I was working on, so did not get a chance to um, to do it last night. So I'm gonna hopefully I'm making up for it today as I talk to you guys about something important I think everybody should be taking heed to. So good afternoon to you guys. Jay Hunter Lee here, making up from last night when we missed our Monday Motivational Power Talk. Hope you guys are doing great. Glad you came through. I don't know who came in yet, but I guess you guys will start popping up as we go on. But let me just start by giving you my traditional opening, and that is if it's going to be, it's up to me to fulfill my dreams and possibilities with dedication and motivation to inspire thousands from all nations. When times are tough and breaks you down, just smile with toughness and rebuild from the ground. During tough times, adversity is a lot. Just remember, time flies, but you are the pilot. Good afternoon, folks. Thank you for stopping in. Jay Hunter Lee here. I want to talk to you guys about something very important. I look at what we do every single day. I see the attention that people give to certain stuff. They post it on social media. Most people talk about, before there was social media, it was the same thing. It's just that we didn't have nothing to post. Hold on a second, guys. So, guys, I'm back with you. So, like I was saying, before social media, we just had conversations on the street and the barbershop, in a lot of cases, still in the barbershop. So, what I want to share with you is where are we putting our attention? And based off of where we put our attention, the second question is, and which is the topic of this discussion, is are you giving your best? Are you giving your best? That's the important piece right there. Are you giving your best? And take a look at your energy. Where is your focus? Focus can cut through steel. You know why? Because it's focus light. I mean, a laser can cut through steel because it's focus light. If you look at the light above my head or the light that's here above my camera, it can't cut through steel because it's omnidirectional. It's not focused. So if you take a light and dense it down to just go straight ahead in a focus, that light can cut through steel. So can you. You can cut through the adversity that you're facing, the challenges that you're facing, the quote unquote haters that's in your life, whether it's your family or friends. You can cut through these things if you stay focused and on your purpose in life, your calling. But the problem is, most of us is all over the damn place. Look at the stuff that we're allowed to entertain us. I mean, it was just a week ago, people was all over. I don't even know these rappers' names, folks. Jeezy and Gucci. I've never seen so many people throw their attention to something like that in the day of my life. It was almost like everybody chatting and commenting about and posting about the BET Awards, which I call the EBT Awards, because it's a mindset. And then you hear the complaints that people post on Facebook. If you really pay attention to what people are posting, they are pretty much telling you where they are in their life. Complaints after complaints, after complaint, after complaint. They're not only telling you where they are in their life, they're also displaying their net worth. And 25, I would say, Jack Canfield did a study. He said 97% of the working class is going to retire with a $25,000 net worth. Retirement. That means you work 40 hours a week for 40 years and only retire on 40% of your pension, which you was earning 100% of when you was working. The 40-40-40 plan. Why is that, folks? How come some people are successful and some people not? How come some people can send their kids to a better higher education or private school, whatever, and some people can't? How come some people can eat the more healthier foods and some people can't afford to eat the healthier foods? How come some people can just live in a different zip code where it's safe for their family and for their kids and other people cannot? It's not because of circumstance. I can tell you that for sure. It's about what your contribution is to life. Here you got to understand this, folks. Service is the rent we pay for the space on earth we occupy. Let me say that again. Service is the rent we pay for the space on earth we occupy. Where am I going with that? Zig Ziglar, many, many years ago, talked about a story that happened way back about a farmer who pretty much was losing money. This farmer started to sell most of his land so he can have money to make ends meet. All of a sudden, a representative from a major oil company came up to this farmer and said, "Sir, we believe you have oil in your land. If you allow us to dig for it, and if we discover it, we will pay you royalties for every barrel of oil we produce from your land." This farmer said, "Well, you know what? I have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Go for it." So this company started digging in his land. This is in Beaumont, Texas. Beaumont, Texas, down there by Port Arthur in a little north of Houston. So they started digging for this oil. These were the years, the times of the introduction of the spindle top. You guys see the oil spindle top pumping oil. And so much oil came out of this land. 4 major oil companies was produced out of the production of that oil out of this man's farm, out of his farmland. They were able to produce over 100,000 barrels of oil at one time. So here's the question to this story. When this farmer originally bought the land, did he become an instant millionaire at that time? Or did they have to dig in the basement of the earth of this man's farm and put out a substance that's a necessity to the marketplace to make that farmer a multimillionaire? That's a question you have to ask yourself. So they dug into the basement of the earth and pulled out oil and put out a substance that the marketplace needs. Here's that question. Take that story I just gave you, and I want to direct that question to you. If they can dig in the basement of the earth and pull out a substance to the marketplace that is valuable, my question is to you is, what do you have in the basement? What do you have in you that's a necessity to the marketplace? Not only to the marketplace, but to humanity. Are you focused there? And if you are focused, are you giving it everything you got? Are you giving your best to the market? Are you giving your best to humanity right now? Because if you look at the most successful people in the world, some of us call them the world class, the elites, the richest people on earth. These people work hard. They gave everything they had. They gave their best into their purpose in life. And that's why they are where they are. The Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and there are some multi-millionaire people as well who may not be billionaires. You got Grant Cardone, Steve Harvey, Tony Robbins. He's worth about $600-700 million, on his way to becoming a billionaire. These people have something in their basement that the marketplace needed, and when they pulled it out, their calling, their purpose became a money magnet for them. So what do you have in the basement? That's the question. What do you have in the basement? What do you have? And let me tell you one thing. I'm gonna tell you one way you're not gonna get anything out your basement. If you're focusing on rap battles and shit like that, that ain't gonna get you. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You're focusing on somebody else's dreams and aspirations instead of and spending less time on yours. Robert Kiyosaki said one of the main ingredients to having success is to mind your own damn business. You're too busy focusing on what other people's life is about. You're too busy focusing on who sleep with who, what celebrity is doing what. You're too busy on who's rap better than who. And they're all making it. You're still working for somebody, complaining about how much you're getting paid. See, if you're complaining about what your pay is, then stop allowing them to pay you. Stop paying your damn self. Right? Start paying yourself. It's that simple. Somebody say, man, it ain't that simple, man. Well, but it's so simple for you to complain about it, isn't it? If it's simple for you to complain about it, then it should be simple for you to solve it. That's the problem with people today. They take the time to easily complain, bitch and moan about something, but then turn right around and say it's not so easy to fix it. Well, if it's not that easy to fix it, then stop complaining, which is easy to do. Easy should negate easy. Hard should negate hard. Struggle should negate struggle. See, you're not going. If you're struggling in life, it takes a bigger struggle to get out of the other struggle. Those of you who follow the Bible, those of you who are religious, the Bible says, without a vision, the people should perish. What is your vision? Most people don't execute their vision. A gentleman by the name of Miles Monroe, who passed away, he died in a plane crash. I'm gonna tell you what he said. He asked the question, what is the wealthiest place on earth? Or where is the wealthiest place on earth? Most people got it wrong. Everybody got it wrong. Matter of fact, most people say, oh, over in Africa where there's diamonds and mines and, or in India where you might find treasure. Some people say you might find it even in Kuwait with all the oil. Those aren't the wealthiest places on the planet. Miles Monroe said the wealthiest place on the planet is at the graveyard. You know why? Because there are so many people who have died without pursuing their goals, dreams, and aspirations. There at the graveyard, you have books that's been unwritten, inventions never been invented, poems never been cited, development that's never have been developed, architecture that's never been architected, if that's a word, all in the grave. Died when those people who had those visions died. There's a poem that I found a long time ago that speaks to that. It goes, he slept beneath the moon and basked beneath the sun. He lived a life of going to do and died with nothing done. So are you giving your best? Do you wake up every morning and have a full commitment to your best, to giving your best you, to humanity, to life, to the marketplace, even if it's not at your job? I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm only going to tell you to quit your job if you're going to complain about your job. So you got to understand one thing. If you hate your job probably hates you too. Because everything we seek in life is seeking us. Those are universal laws. That is by law, folks. That is by law. What we seek in life is seeking us. If you hate your job likely hates you too. There's a balance there. If your job loves you and you hate your job, there's no balance there. If you love your job and your job hates you, there's no balance there either. You got to be a balance. If you love your job, most likely your job loves you too, because you love what you do and your job loves what you do for it. If you hate your job is going to hate you. As a matter of fact, they're probably getting ready to fire you. They're just waiting on the opportunity. So be careful what you have in life. Have gratitude. Be grateful for what you have. Zig Ziglar said once, if you do more than you paid for, eventually you'll be paid more for what you do. Give your best. Stop half-assing on what you say that you want to do in your life, folks. It's a lot of people just running around here, just stealing air out here. Les Brown said most people die at 21 and don't even get buried until they're 75. All the rest of the year is just stealing air, just in the way, just focusing on rap battles. Rap battles. And being educated by the fake news media. I call it the biased left-wing media. That's what I call it. Argue with me all day. I'm not changing my stance. I said what I said. Because I have a greater education. I know exactly why the media say what they say, and I know where they get the shit from. The fakeness from. I know I've been calling what the media was going to say all year, and especially about the coronavirus. I told you guys every single thing that they're going to do. I said, be on the lookout for this when it happens. As a matter of fact, I told people when we get into flu season, a lot of cases are going to go high. A lot of it are going to be flu cases, but they're going to call it COVID so that they can create shutdowns. I told you guys this. Somebody asked me, damn, Jay, how the hell you know what the hell they was going to do? Because they're doing it. You called it like March and between March and June, you were saying this. When you study stuff, folks, when you understand things, there are two sides to everything you got to know. Otherwise, you're biased. You got to understand the truth, and then you got to study the lie. You got to study the reason for the lie. Like you got to study the reason for the truth. So when you understand the truth and you see where the lie is, and you understand, you study the lie, you know when the lie is coming. I knew when the lie was coming. I knew they were going to cook the books, especially when so-called president-elect, you know, after the election. I told people this was going to happen. Check my old Facebook videos. I'm saying these things. I've been saying this shit for months. The proof is right there in my previous videos. Go back there and look. Look through my videos during the summertime, early summertime, June, some in July, April, May. Go look at those videos. I'm telling folks exactly what's going to happen. And a lot of these cases come from the flu. And let me tell you why. And I said this back then. I said, if you are doing these fake ass guidelines, covering your face with a mask, not going outside, getting your vitamin D, locking down yourself, you know, socially distancing when our immune system requires us to be social. That's science. Yep. When we are doing all these little guidelines, that is doing nothing but suppressing the immune system. I said, now with these people's immune system going to be suppressed, they're going to be more susceptible even to the flu virus. And when the flu season comes, it's going to be a spike in flu cases, but they're going to call it COVID. That's exactly what they're doing. The reason why y'all follow for it, because you don't read worth a shit. 80% of people who graduate out of school never pick up a book again in their life. Vulnerable, gullible, easily to be tricked. Give you crumbs and you think you got a meal. They know they can do that to you because they know that you're not giving your best in life. They know that you are being sheep. And they're going to treat you like sheep, but not tell you they're treating you like sheep. You got to understand this, folks. See, the only way you can conquer a cage full of lions is to make those lions think that they're not lions. You guys don't get that. But this is exactly what you pay for. This is exactly what you vote for. You voting for this. Forced vaccinations. I see a lot of you right now who crying about forced vaccinations. But guess what? 80% of y'all voted for it and didn't even know it. So by universal law, not my law, but universal law, you're going to get exactly what you deserve. And that's not me. That's God. That's universal law. Those are universal laws. What you seek in life is also seeking you. If prime example, if you say you want to get rich because you want to get out of debt, guess what? The fact that you focusing on debt is the reason why debt is still there. That's the law of vibration. That's the law of attraction. That's a law. You can debate it all you want, but you're an idiot if you try to debate that. That is law. You can't argue law. Everything I say, everything people try to come at me with, try to debate me, I'm like, you debating the wrong person. I'm only sharing the laws. Because those laws don't line up with your lifestyle, maybe you need to change your lifestyle. That's because these laws don't line up with your narrative. Maybe you need to change your narrative. You may need to pick up a few books and start reading, goddammit. Because the mainstream media is not going to teach you that. The mainstream media's job is to control the population for the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is remotely controlling the country through the media. Liberals. That's a fact. Their job is not to show you vitamins. Their job is to show you vaccines. Why? Because vitamins don't make them money. Vaccines make them money. Big Pharma has lost a lot of money. This vaccine is their last stance to make that money back. And y'all gonna give it to them. Hell, Joe Biden said it on camera. He said, there's a video of him saying, he said, when we have a vaccine, the first people we're gonna shoot with it is blacks and Latinos, the black and browns. He said out of his own mouth. Y'all fuckheads voted anyway for that shit because you think he's lesser of the two evils. But you're about to find out and you're about to get exactly what you deserve. That's what happens when you don't give your best in life. When you don't give your best in life, you don't work hard enough to try to change your brain, to increase your knowledge. You don't work hard when you do that. You become sheep. You become lame ducks. You refuse to pick up a book. If someone put a book on the table and right next to it was a rap battle between Jeezy and Gucci, 85% of y'all is going to go with Gucci and Jeezy and Gucci and leave that book. And that book is telling you exactly what you need to know to make your life better. But you are simply going to ignore the book that's going to change your life. And you want to go with the rap battle. See, there's a story about a rich woman's house being broken into. They stole everything in a woman's house except for the book that teaches them how to get rich. You see, that is exactly where we are in society today. And to be frank with you, this is a damn shame. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Your kids are picking up what you do. You can't tell your kids to do what I say, not what I do. That ain't leadership. That ain't even parenting. Mentors and leaders shows examples. Your kids is gonna pick up and look at the idiot box all day. Get on the fucking PlayStation all day because they see grown people do it. Habits are often caught, not taught. And people wonder why, they have to delete me on their friends because they try to come and debate with me with an opinion and have no facts. And all I do is study. That's why I always clean their clock. Matter of fact, the bullshit that they try to debate me with, I know exactly where they got the shit from. That's one thing that gives me an edge right there. I know exactly where you get your bullshit. Because as a speaker and an author, I can't be biased. I got to study the truth, and I also got to study the bullshit. I got to. Because there's no balance if I just did one. That's bias. Even if it's the truth, it's still bias. I still got to look at the other side. See, some people are so biased, they don't even know what the other side of the coin look like. I want to see both sides of the coin. I want to study both sides of the coin with a fine comb, tooth comb, fine tooth comb. Both sides of the coin. Okay, this is the truth side. I studied that. Here's the bullshit side. I'm going to study that too. Because when people try to bring bullshit, my thing is I know how to explain the bullshit that they trying to pull better than they are. And they the bullshitters. That's why I work hard at what I do. That's why I give my best. That's why I study so fucking hard. I will not lose. I will not allow you to win. You will not outwork me. You will not outread me. Dr. Dennis Kimbro interviewed a person, one of the black multimillionaires he'd done in some of his interviews. He interviewed over 100 of them. And he asked this guy how did he crush his competition. He said, I outread the next guy. I outread the next guy. When it comes to my knowledge, hard work, entrepreneurship, man, you can say I'm like Michael Jordan. I will get on your fucking nerve. You can't be on my team and not give your best. I don't mind you being mediocre. You can be mediocre all you like, but you can't be mediocre on this team. You can bitch, moan, and complain all you want, but you cannot do that on this team. You can be dishonest, no integrity, no honor, all you want, but you can't do any of that. You can't be any of that on this team. We are as transparent as we can be on this team. That way, everybody has an opportunity to win. Is that fair? That's how that's how JHL Real Estate Development operates. We are unbiased here. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you think like. But one thing is for sure, you would not be below average on this team. Where did I pick up that? I picked that up by listening to people like Dr. Dennis Kimbro, professor at Clark University. He'll tell you right now, before you step into my room, you got to understand that mediocrity is not accepted here. Where did Dr. Dennis Kimbro get that from? He got that from his hero, W.E.B. Du Bois. W.E.B. Du Bois would tell anybody, you cannot be mediocre in this room. Russ, yes. Got no time to be sitting around watching rap battles. They millionaires, they made it. I got no time to watch them feeding their ratings. Why? I'm trying to build my own damn ratings. I'm too busy. You got to take the time, folks. Give it everything you got. Because we were born to die. And since we were born to die, we might as well give it everything we got while we're here. Because nobody gets out of life alive. Nobody gets out of life alive. Give it all you got while you're here. Got a major project coming up, folks. And I worked hard for this project. You never heard of this kind of money, but this is a multi-trillion-dollar project coming up. Work hard to prepare for this. Work hard. Zoom meetings, emails, letters, and more letters to try to get people to send me letters to prepare for this shit. We down to 2 letters left before we can really get this project launched. And I'm having a time getting these letters submitted. But the people who are taking the time submitting the letter don't even know that billions of dollars is going to be passed through to their hands for what they do, for their portion of the project. And I'm not going to tell them that, because money shouldn't be the motivator. Your purpose should be the motivator. If your purpose is the motivator, the money will take care of itself, people. One thing that Dr. Dennis Kimbro said that Steve Harvey stole from him was a career is what you're paid for, but your calling is what you're made for. You can retire from your calling. You can retire from your career, but you can never retire from your calling. Your calling is there with you like luggage. It's stuck to you for the rest of your life. It all depends on the question is, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with the calling that God has put on you? See, the day we were born, folks, the calling was there already. And if you don't know what your calling is, you don't know what your purpose in life is, then you have to do one thing. Revisit your childhood passion from 7 to 14 years old, and you will find out what you're supposed to be doing in your life. That's the secret. That's the real secret. God had put these things in you when you were a child. When I was a child, between 7 and 14, I was breakdancing, doing the pop, all this stuff. I knew in singing, rapping, playing in bands on the front line on the mic, I knew that I was supposed to be doing something in front of a crowd. Those things prepared me from having frog throat when it came to speaking in front of people. So my calling has came. I found my calling because I was prepared for it during my childhood age to speak, educate, inspire, motivate, help people get to the next level, and be a hard ass on them in the process. Things ain't sugar and coat with me. Things are black and white. Either you're going to do it or you're not. And don't ever tell me what your goals are, because I'm going to hold you accountable to them. Even if I come to you 5 or 10 years later and say, hey, where are you on that project on getting your certificate as a airplane mechanic? Where are you on that? And if you haven't gotten it, I'm going to say you're a bullshitter. You told me this back in 2012. That your goal is to be an airplane mechanic. What happened? Hold your feet to the fire. Don't come to me and tell me what your goals are, because that'll be your worst nightmare. I'm telling you right now, that will be your worst nightmare. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope this was very helpful to you. Share this video if you can. If it didn't help you, don't worry about it. Share it anyway, because somebody this video can help. Okay. With that being said, I want you to do one bigger favor for me, and that is to sing like no one can hear you, dance like no one can see you, love like you've never been hurt, and live like it's heaven on earth. I'm Jay Hunter Lee. I love you, and the world needs you. So stop that damn texting and driving. Peace and blessings, folks. Have a great day.